Hey there, guys. Pit Viper Ben here. I'm going to talk about why you have not seen my 320 Legion X5 a whole lot on the channel. I actually broke the gun. Well, sort of broke it. I rendered it inoperable, but maybe it wasn't really broken. Let's talk about what happened here. Well, I did put up a video going over the gun, giving you my impressions of the frame and everything and the design, and it talks about, hey, I'm going to get a dot mounted on this thing. Well, you actually have to take the, I don't think you actually have to take the extractor out, but you have to take the spring and like the pin out associated with the extractor in order to get the plate off to mount the dot. It's a whole thing. In the process of that, I did something and the gun did not function. I never fired a round through the gun after I did that. I went to the range, loaded the gun up. I'm like, all right, we're going to shoot now. And the extractor was just clearly not functioning. The round wouldn't go in behind the extractor. And I was like, oh boy, I have done something here. I'm not really sure what. I looked at the gun. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. My SIG nerd, one of my SIG nerd friends showed up that night and he was looking at the exterior of the gun, looking here. And he's like, hey, it looks like it's installed correctly. I don't know what's wrong. I tried everything I could to take the extractor apart again, look at it, put it back together, but it was no good. I could not take it apart. I didn't know, in my head, I've done something here, but I don't know what. The gun, actually, we thought this would be a little bit funny. We shipped the gun, the slide. Just the slide was sent to Gray Guns. Now, if you guys know the history, Bruce Gray and I do not like each other. Not at all. And I'm sure he would not want his shop to work on my gun. So we had somebody else send just the slide to Gray Guns to look at. And I have to tell you guys, the service was 12 out of 10. It was amazing. We overnighted the slide there. They looked it over. They're like, yep, you got some blue Loctite. I don't know if they said it was blue Loctite, but they said a speck of Loctite had gotten into the extractor somehow, some way, and had shut the whole thing down. Now, I thought that sucked a little bit, but, whatever. They put it back together. I think they replaced all the parts up here. The price was super reasonable, and then I paid to overnight the slide back to me. So, all up, me being a little bit stupid, I didn't know what I was doing taking this thing apart. And in putting it back together and in the course of mounting the sight on it, somehow I got some Loctite in there. The gun didn't work, and I sent it off and got it all fixed. The gun does function now, and I don't know. I'll come back with a later video and talk about my first impression shooting it. But for now, it's just if you're wondering why you have not been seeing this gun being shot on the channel, it wasn't because, it was because I broke it a little bit, and I wanted to have Bruce Gray fix it without telling Bruce Gray whose gun it was, which he has done. So now we're back up and running and ready to kick ass. My bad on the Loctite. I will be very careful in the future. I should tell you, when I mounted the dot this time, I didn't use any Loctite just to avoid that problem. So hopefully this thing will stay in place. If I like how everything's running, I'll paint pen it down or paint pen it and kind of hope for the best.